Hi, thank you so much for joining us on our very first episode of Unpopular Perspective. It's our new podcast here at our home studios, Heat Labs, Homeboys Studios. My name is Tabby, and I'll not be doing this alone. I'm with my co-host.
Eve, hi, how are you? Wherever you're watching us from, I'm excited to be here. As Tabby has mentioned, it's been a long time coming, and we're so excited for this first episode. Um, we're not here to judge you. We want you to feel like this is a safe space for
I
you
agree.
to open up and tell us what you feel, because we are going to really delve into issues across the board. I don't even know what to say beyond that.
Yeah, and of course, if as our slogan, if you're looking for comfort, it might just not be for you.
This is not for you. We're going to get some conviction, sorry, maybe some anger, but look at it from a positive perspective. It's to get you thinking, get you talking, get you thinking beyond your comfort zone.
And of course, feel free to share your perspective with us. Engage with us on our socials, Unpopular Perspective on Instagram and on TikTok. And of course, here on YouTube. Thank you so much once again for joining us. I can't just wait, Eve, to share.
To dive into the topic for
Yeah,
today. Yeah.
of course. And of course, we recently, I think it's 2 to 3 weeks
2 weeks, yeah, the beginning of May, I
yeah
believe.
yeah, we celebrated Mother's Day. And whenever we celebrate Mother's Day, I always have this question in mind, like, why do we celebrate mothers more than we celebrate our dads? Like, is it like, do we value our mothers more than we value our dads?
Okay, the way you phrase that, when you've said whenever we celebrate Mother's Day, why is
Yeah.
that a question that only pops up when we celebrate Mother's Day?
Because I feel we go all out. Like, just look at the hula baloo about the Mother's Day. People travel. It's like another holiday. Whenever, but when come to think of it, let's say atutoke tu pale nje, when tuta ask someone random, like, do you know when Father's Day is? I'm sure 80%, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I'm sure 80% will not tell you when Father's Day is.
But we're focusing on a day.
Of course.
I feel that's why we're comparing the 2 days, because Mother's Day falls around May. Father's Day is coming up in
Yes.
June. As you've said, I don't know if many people know that.
Yeah. Do you?
I know.
When? Let me put you on the spot.
June something.
June something. June something, and you know Mother's Day. Okay.
But it's in June. I feel like this craziness is all about consumerism.
Okay.
It's not about how we celebrate or why we celebrate mothers more than fathers. If that was the case, we'd be talking about it probably all year long. Why is it that when it's Mother's Day, we feel like, oh, there's all this charades and this big show, but on Father's Day, it's because we're comparing the two on just 2 days of the calendar.
I understand what you're saying, but generally, actually not. Let's put these 2 days aside. But generally, I feel like we celebrate our mothers. I'm not against us celebrating our mothers. They do a great job, but I'm just saying my perspective is, I feel like we always show our love, our dads. Our moms more love or appreciate them more than we appreciate our dads, which I feel it's so wrong.
I have a different opinion.
Okay, what's your opinion, Eve?
I think Mother's Day and Father's Day, or how we celebrate our mothers and fathers, is different, maybe because women and men are different, first of all.
Okay.
That's the first point I'd bring across.
How are they different?
How we show affection is different. And it may be tied to our traditional ideologies or stuff, but it's very different. How we celebrate mothers, or let's just talk about women and men. How would you want to be celebrated?
But I think you're going somewhere, and I think I've just read what you want to say.
Okay.
I think you want to say that our moms are more in like emotions and all that. They show emotions and all that, and we don't see that often in our on our dad's side,
Right.
which I beg to differ, because the same men that we always say they are not emotional are the same men who fall in love. Kwani love is not emotions.
But how do they express this love? How do they express
These
this
are
love?
the people who wenye ukiwambia tu umwite tu babe, like inafanya na cool down, umwite, umwite tu jina, like darling, inafanya a feel fiti. Why do you think ati sasa ikifika appreciate on Dad's Day, that's where we draw the line, like they're not emotional, hapo ndio they draw the line.
First of all, we're not drawing the line on celebrating them on Dad's Day. I think it's a culture, like I said, consumerism. Alafu women on Women's Day, we're more likely. Let's even use Valentine's Day. It's more likely that it's the woman being gifted. True or false?
I agree, which is also wrong, but
It's
a
wrong,
story
but
for
yes.
another day. It's a story for another
Yes,
day.
true. So we assume, or we're in this culture where women are low key. We have reduced ourselves to just being receivers. And then on the man's part, we have reduced the masculinity or manhood to just being givers. Notice I haven't said provision because that's a different story.
Okay.
So it's a giver and receiver sort of situation. So on Mother's Day, as in it's just like give. And the offers we get on Mother's Day, flowers, spa, discounts on whatnot, as in there's a lot. And then on Father's Day, it's not really much.
Exactly. That's why I question, why is it that even brands, corporates don't tap into the gap that we have, like when fathers, like it's Father's Day, why don't we see the brands coming up with these packages for men? Let's say even is it like Zaku Travel, take your dad somewhere, or even any brand coming up, because recently actually this month, the whole month, there are some brands which have Mother's Month or something. They also have what is it called, brands or editions for mothers only for this month. Why don't we see the same on Father's Day, when we have like other editions, other like brands coming up with editions for labda products that men use, like shaving, whatever.
Yeah, shaving cream, whatnot.
Shoes. Why is it that even brands don't, like, is it because we've shown them that we don't value our fathers as much as we value our moms?
No, I don't think it's that. Like I mentioned, it's just a culture of giving and receiving one. Also, we're also putting so much effort into one day. How can you use Mother's Day and Father's Day as what should determine how we feel or how we appreciate our parents in difference? Because I can post my mom today and I haven't talked to her in 5 years just because it's Mother's Day and I want the algorithm, like to appear on the algorithm, whatnot. It's just for show. We can't tie how we appreciate our fathers and mothers to one day. Also, the dynamics of every family are different.
I agree. But also, if I would love to know if there's someone there who actually has any, like, are you preparing something special for your dad? Is it as much, like, is it in terms of magnitude? Is it a bigger surprise? For instance, if you bought your mom a car on Mother's Day, are you also planning to buy your dad a car? Ama you will just take him for nyama choma and assume that's appreciating
What
him?
if the dad likes the nyama choma now?
Oh, he doesn't like the car?
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
I'm not saying that you should not splurge on your fathers.
Those are
but
just excuses, Eve.
no, it's not an excuse I'm making. It's the reality that's on the ground. Okay, so now we've said Mother's Day as it's coming. It's going May, Mother's Month. Now we're going to Fathers. What discounts do you expect? Because from the culture of Derived, maybe the only promos that'll be around will be from banks.
And it's only maybe for just one day.
Yeah, from banks, from shoes. It's very minimal.
But it's not as advertised as the way Mother's Day. I believe the brands also they study the market, right?
Exactly.
And they know that, of course, people will budget for Mother's Day.
Exactly.
But they will never budget for Father's Day. Why is it so? Is it because we don't value our fathers as much as we value our moms? Is it because we don't appreciate them?
But not wholly, because this Mother's Day hype came with, because I don't remember if you can recall, like if we were back way in primary school,
Yeah.
it wasn't such a big deal.
Actually, growing up,
was not-
I didn't
yes.
hear about Mother's Day.
Yes.
It has just recently,
Exactly.
you know,
It's come with
I
social
know.
media. It's come with trends.
Yeah.
It's something that has been enforced to boost sales and stuff like that. So we're making our everyday efforts insignificant.
But is it that I feel like sometimes we are very, like we are consumers of media and we let media determine how we view or how we live our lives.
Yes.
Because if media comes up with this campaign for Father's Day, everyone will just want to jump into the wagon.
Exactly.
You know, like everyone wants to now jump because it's now on media.
Yeah.
But in real sense, we should not be influenced by, okay, I know we consume whatever
A lot. Yeah.
but I don't feel like it's right the way we let media influence how we live our lives. So and I know, like they play different roles. A dad plays a different role from a mother.
Yeah.
A mother is a nurturer, but also I mean, the dad being a provider is also a great role.
Yeah.
So, like us celebrating our moms more than we celebrate our fathers, it just demeans the role of a father. And they play a great role.
First of all, you've shot yourself in the foot. You said that it's a lot of media impartation that is making us feel like we celebrate our mothers more than our fathers. We're focusing on 2 days. Albeit, maybe, it's true, maybe we feel like we should celebrate our mothers more than our fathers.
Yeah.
And as two women now, we can't explain. We don't know how they want to be celebrated. Because naturally, a woman wants to be shown. She wants the big show. We don't know how. Maybe most of us do not know how to celebrate dads.
Have you tried showing your dad, like celebrating him in a way that giving him that show and see how he reacts to it? You will never know until you try. So I feel like moving forward, let's start by saying I, as an individual, I will intentionally make it a point of celebrating my father. Just the same way, if you are a mom, right?
Yeah.
You don't have favorite child. I believe you should not have a favorite parent. So if these people kwanza wanaishi the same house.
Okay,
like,
that's a very...
imagine if your dad wako the same house na your mom, anaona venye siku ya Mother's Day, the kids traveled to come and celebrate Mother's Day. They bought her presents. Alafu siku ya Father's Day, it's just an SMS. Amata, happy Father's. Kwanza hata wengi, they don't say even, I love you.
But maybe Father's Day haina deals.
So
Father's Day haina deals. That's just one of it. Because if we're going with the algorithm of the days, Father's Day haina ma deals. Alafu maybe they follow each other. Please forgive me. They follow ni May, June. That's one. But if you're going to compare the issue of, as in, they're both in the same household, as a mother, if you have two children, yes, you shouldn't love one more than the other, or should not show you love one more than the other. But there are seasons where you align more with one child, relate more. Then there are seasons you align with the other. In the same way...
Why is there no season that we align more with our fathers? Like we are celebrating our fathers more.
In the same way, a newborn will not automatically... Rarely does it happen that now you'll be like, daddy. There's an age when they're like 3, 4, when they're very active. Now daddy comes into play. You'll appreciate each in their own element. You can't compare. We're not comparing. We're just saying they're shown appreciation in different ways. And maybe, yes, we have not asked them how they want to be appreciated. But the way you express your appreciation for your mother is different from how you show it to your father.
Do you know some people even... You say we don't ask them. Why wouldn't you ask your dad? He's your father. He's been in your life all along. He loves cars. He loves a trip with his boys. Like, if maybe your dad always alikuwa naendanga base na my friends.
Disclaimer, we're talking about present dads. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. True.
Present dads.
But anyway, now talking of present dads, there are many men or even mom who are not present in their in their kids' life. But I feel like we show mom grace and forgive them and celebrate them later in life than we would do to our dads. If the dad was not available in your life, alafu akuja show up later, we don't show them the same grace.
Because we've tied it down, like I said, to men are just givers and women are receivers, not provision. Because provision goes beyond materialistic effort. Women have become like, we should just receive, we should just get.
Which is wrong.
Yes, it's wrong, but that's the culture we're in now.
But we are trying to change the narrative.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to change the narrative. And as an individual, it's up to you just to make the point of, I will intentionally celebrate my father the same way I celebrate my mom.
Okay.
And show my dad more love or show them appreciation in a way that maybe they can, like, they feel like I'm relating to them. Like, if my dad wants to be appreciated in this way, and maybe last time Nilimu appreciate, I didn't see him as happy, I can try and ask him just the same way you will ask your mom. See, you're free to ask your mom. Why is it that you're not free to ask your dad? Like, dadi unaweza taka nikufanyie nini? Dadi unaweza taka nini? You know, like, just to celebrate them even on that one day.
I think that also there's an issue of how you bring up somebody. I think it's much difficult or more difficult for millennials like us, maybe, to relate with our fathers. Because they were coming, is it Gen X, the one before us?
Yeah.
It was roles were strictly divided. So we gravitate more towards our mothers. I think the dynamics will be different with the generation that's coming. With us as parents, we are doing better. Of course, we should not now discard our fathers and just focus on this generation. Something has to be fixed.
But now that if we know better, why don't we do better? Like, why don't we, now that we know, yes, that's, they didn't know any better. They knew that when they were brought up, they were told men are just providers. Actually, it was a taboo in some communities for men to stay in the same house with women and kids.
Yeah.
And so if it was a taboo, why do we blame them for not being there? But they used to provide. Like, why don't we feel like they played a good role? Me, I would love to know your opinion. Of course, interact with us on our socials. And of course, if you love this beautiful set by the amazing team here at Heat Labs, of course, also show them some love on their social handles, Heat Labs on all their social media platforms. We will tag them along. And so, yeah, if that's my perspective.
And maybe we would ask, because we've never been men. Fathers, if you're watching, how would you want to feel appreciated? Because Father's Day is coming, June. And also corporates, beyond banks and shoes, as in, give our dad something.
Exactly.
A little something, a little discount here and there.
Yeah.
Bonfires, in all these travel agencies, whatever. It's Father's Day is coming up in June.
Yeah, we are trying to change the narrative. So, of course, we want to see more of... Also, now that brings me to my next point. Like, just remembered, the way Mother's Day, everyone has photos of their mom. Like, you take a look at the status. Everyone, yani ule mtu mwenye postingi status, akona a photo with their mom. But when it comes to dad, and maybe their parents is also present in their life, like their dad is present. But picture tuna. Why is it like at a time why is it like tuko na pictures?
Now we can't now say that appreciation is posting photos.
But also it's feeling proud. Unaona venye una feeling proud kupost your mom. But many will not post their dads.
I would say probably. Like, how do you appreciate the emotional tax that is heavier on the mother than on the father?
Sometimes I don't... Okay, like, I'm not saying that mothers are not... or their role is not important. What I'm trying to say is... Remember, even the dad's role, if he did not provide... Even the mom would be stressed to provide that emotional, whatever, support to you.
Okay.
Like, if a family is thriving... it is because there is provision.
One.
There's security, which a man provides. You know, if a woman is unhappy, if a mother is unhappy, trust me, even the kids will be unhappy. So if you boast in saying that I grew up in a loving home,
Yeah.
it is because someone intentionally decided they will provide security in that home. They will
Okay.
make sure food is, because let me tell you, mtu ako na njaa.
Okay. But
School fees haijalipwa.
if we're going to discuss it from that angle, what about now the single parent household?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Understand, but I'm saying if the dad, we're talking about if the dad is present in their lives, why don't we celebrate them as the way mothers are? And I understand we do have daddy traumas, you know.
Even mother traumas.
I'd
Yeah.
like for us to explore that single mom thing. You've deviated from that. You haven't answered it. It's raising a very strong point.
What about the single household? The mom. The mom is the provider. The mom is the emotional support. And even dads. It's rare, but I've had a case or two.
We have, of
A
course, single
few,
dads.
yes,
Yeah.
where the dad is everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Personally, my point is, I know the dad may not be present in their lives, but have you ever considered some women let their kids grow up without knowing their father because of the hurt that the dad put the woman through? Not because, like, some men even struggle to be in their kids' life,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, that's true.
And
There's
so they
some cases,
grow
yeah.
up, hata kuna many single women, the dad is actually fighting to be in this kid's life. But
Okay.
because he betrayed you, he rejected you, he did something wrong, we choose to punish them now a total.
Yeah.
You know, even saying bad things about the dad. And these kids grow up resenting the father, which is so wrong. And so if these kids grow up and they want to, and maybe the dad now is present,
Of
amekuja
course, yeah.
kujoin sasa, maybe wakiwa watu wazima, I feel like even the kids should also celebrate the dad because he's there now.
Yeah.
Hata akiwa mzee, there's something that a dad will say or will guide you on that a mother will never guide you on or will never fill that gap. So I feel like even if babako alikuja ukiwa mtu mzima, you know, you've grown in a single mom's environment, and your dad later joins you or you reconnect later in life, you should also celebrate them on this particular day.
On that case, now if we're discussing appreciating our mothers, what should that person do? Now you've come to the realization that it is your mom who was blocking off your dad. Would you say now you stop appreciating your mom?
No, I will not. But what I'm not saying that we should not appreciate our moms. What I'm just saying is, even like we should appreciate them with the same intentionality as we've been appreciating our moms. Like the way we
Okay.
even take leave days, we even take off days. We travel. You budget for Mother's Day. You should also budget for Father's Day. That's basically what I'm saying, that intentionality.
And you're driving
matters.
my point back to where I'm trying to get you off the Mother's Day, Father's Day dynamic, because we can't limit it to a day. We can't say that now Father's Day, how is it trending, will determine that, hey, by the way, these guys don't appreciate their fathers. They don't love their fathers enough. They don't do enough for their fathers. We can't limit it to a day.
I agree.
Exactly.
Eve. But what I'm saying is the same way we celebrate our mothers on this, not because we celebrate them on this one day, but we have a day to celebrate them. That everything you do revolves around moms and appreciating them. We should also, on this particular day that we have for our dads, we should also do the same. Like if we are going to plan, if we are going to pose our plans just to be there to celebrate our dads. Please, let's do it.
But there are people who do that. They just maybe don't document it. Maybe we can ask.
Why don't we
Do you feel using Mother's Day and Father's Day as the litmus test that that proves how much we love our mothers versus our fathers? Because I feel there are many people who would appreciate their fathers in a different way. My argument is that the way women want to be appreciated or shown love and whatnot is different from the way a father would. My opinion. Maybe the fathers can let me know, because that is my opinion. They would not want flowers and chocolates or something.
But
Maybe
they
they'll
don't
want
mind,
a check or something.
Exactly. They don't mind a check.
Exactly. As it's different in the celebration is different, but you still have the same intentionality towards. We're using what we see trending, what we see happening to determine that, by the way, dads are being left out.
But some people, now that we're talking about trending, the mothers wanakwanga, they get appreciated because someone wants to trend. Kwanza, especially with the social media era, you want to showcase you love your mom by buying her a house, unataka kuiweka kwa social media, but at the end of the day mama ata benefit, si amepata nyumba.
Yeah.
Haya, mbona si unataka kutrend? Mbona usibaie dadi
labda dad ataki hizo ujinga, ataki kuwa on show for
hakuna. Wacha nikwambia kuna mtu mwenye haezi mind for clout kama ina benefit, like can't apata gari for clout. That's okay. But I feel like we don't have like hiyo intentionality ndio hakunanga kwa dad's Father's Day.
But can you also just, we're looking at us as celebrating our parents. What about the fathers? Like I said, our generation maybe will have an easier time.
Yeah.
Our fathers were not as open, as transparent with us when we were children.
And
so
actually,
it can't just be all on us that we're not appreciating our fathers.
But if we agreed, they did not know any better. But now we are exposed. We know better. We know, like, maybe, like, we know they didn't know, like, how to show their emotions, how to nurture and all that.
And now the men know how to show their emotions.
Yeah. I mean, we are in an era where men cry on social media, like, openly. Like, we know better. We know we can express ourselves. So me, I feel like hii topic tunaweza ongea hadi kesho. Like, I don't think tunaweza imaliza. And as we conclude, I would love to, of course, see your perspective. Of course, as we mentioned, you should just feel free to engage with us on our social and popular perspective on Instagram and on TikTok. I think I'm done. Not because I'm agreeing with what you're saying, but because of time. But as we come to conclusion, Eve, do you have anything else to add?
Do not rely on social media, on algorithms, on trends to make you feel a certain type of way on how you do your things or how you express yourselves. That's what I'll have to say.
Yeah, I'll just say, let's be very intentional on how we celebrate our fathers. Let's go big, Yeah, this, of course, thank you so much for joining us yet again. Or thank you so much for joining us. My name is Tabby, and
I am Eve. We look forward to seeing you again.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.